Morning, guys. Welcome yet again to another episode of my YouTube channel. Hope everyone is good. This is episode 3. Please enjoy. Please subscribe, comment, like, share. Do whatever, all those things. Yeah. Alright guys, let me just tell you about my procedure when I get in the office. Normally what I do is that I just check if everything is fine, if I have everything. But here, I forgot my keyboard. I know, right? So I'm gonna have a very, very, very long day. So basically I saw that my laptop is dirty. It took someone's lapa, not just basically wipe my laptop so that it can be clean, squeaky, clean like a whistle. Basically this is the full set after I've just done everything in terms of getting to the office, unpacked my things, and then I'm ready to roll. So after switching on my laptop, I just found out that I need to update my Visual Studio 2022 and my SQL Server, or rather SQL Server Management Studio 2021, and then basically I'll just do that. then basically I'm just waiting for the Visual Studio Professional 2022 to be done updating and stuff like that. Then once after that is done, I just look at the speed at that. That's one of the benefits of coming to an office, knowing that whatever you're going to update, it's going to be quick, fast, and won't take much of your time. And that is the reason why it's fast, 39 megabytes. So now I'm updating the SQL Server Management Studio 21. Also, it's going to be pretty quick. So while it was updating and stuff like that, I realized that it's time for coffee.
Time for coffee. It's time to get coffee. Still working, still grinding. I have a lot of things to do today. Still doing the backend today. A lot of things. But yeah, I'm doing coffee now. And plus, there's still a lot of front end stuff to do that I have to finish by the end of the week. So today is just the backend. Dealing with repositories, dealing with dependency injection, dealing with database layer, but this one's going to be different because I'm using Postgres. I'm not using MySQL. So yeah, it's going to be the first as a matter of fact. But let's go. Yo, I need to cut my hair now. Yo. Just look at this, man. I need to cut my hair and my beard. Oh, what? I don't look cute. Just to give an update to what I was working on today, and actually what I'm still working on. I'm at the backend today. I was dealing with the backend of the project that we're building. I can't tell you what we actually building because don't want to be found leaking information that we basically leaking information about the project that we're building at work, because it might end up me being fired and stuff like that. But just give you a glimpse. So I'm doing a backend now. I'm basically creating the backend using onion structural rather than clean architecture, as we would call it in our dev world. If you understand that, that's one of the best ways basically to create a backend. I love it. Very, 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 very solid. Also following the solid principles. And one of the things that's very difficult is basically dependency injection. I'll show you what's basically describe to you what dependency injection is. Not to be too technical though. So in the morning I was dealing with problems coming from the entity framework, because that's what I'm using in terms of ORM. I'm using entity framework. And this one is a little bit different, because mostly I would use Microsoft SQL Server, but now I'm using Postgres. So yeah, I had a difficulty in the morning. Basically, I mismatch the entity framework and the entity framework design, and also with the Postgres. So I did manage to do that, and then did do some work in terms of writing queries using LINQ into the database. And then where I am right now is basically I'm having problems with Docker, because we're using it for containers. So now I'm getting problems in terms of the WSL, which rather is Windows subsystem for Linux. Basically is reading files for Linux, but we're using that for Windows. So yeah, that's where I am right now. So I thought I'd just take a break and have something to eat. I'm having a fold. I think fold. Although like I can McDonald's. Well, this is a fold. With Americano. It's hot. Now I'm second guessing why I did buy the Americano and some cookie for snack.
Now this is where I normally come just to have my lunch, just change of scenery and just enjoy the view while eating.
guys. Yeah, no, shade. Yeah, no, didn't get to solve some of the problems. You know what they say, right? Today's problems is tomorrow's problems. Yeah, no, some of the problems I'll finish tomorrow. When I get home, I'm not gonna open my laptop. I'm not gonna do anything. I'll just relax. And I'll see everything tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you for tuning in. See you later. See you next time. Cheers. Mwah.